Hi guys. Alright, so today I want to talk about reasons why I personally don't take pregnancy tests. This is the second pregnancy that I have chosen that route for, and I guess when I originally, like the first pregnancy, when I chose that, to not take a pregnancy test, I didn't necessarily know like a list of reasons why I was choosing that. It just felt right for me and it felt like the way. But now, after having done it again for this pregnancy, I have kind of really thought of the benefits and the gifts that I feel I have gained from that choice of not taking a pregnancy test. So yeah, and my friends and family have asked me before why I don't take one, and it was kind of hard for me to put into words, but I'm glad I kind of sat down and was like, why do I choose this? So let me just say that I feel that the pregnancy test is really like the first thing that us as modern women kind of do to hand over our power in our pregnancy, and just the whole kind of experience of pregnancy and birth. It's kind of like the first step that we do that is outside of ourselves. So usually when the time between conception and when it is revealed to us that we are pregnant, whether through a missed period or symptoms or a knowing or your belly is growing, or all these different ways that our body and just nature and time will reveal itself to us. Sorry, my dogs are going crazy. So anyways, I just feel that the time in between those two is such a short period, and in that short period of time there is, I think, just an immense amount of growth and just gifts that experience can give us in just a matter of weeks or months. So my first reason why I choose not to do a pregnancy test is that it allows me to really step into the mystery of the whole experience of pregnancy, and later on for the birth and just motherhood. So I feel like it really sets me up on in the kind of energy that I want to bring to that experience. And so yeah, stepping into the mystery of it and just being okay with not knowing is just so powerful. I believe that we really live in a modern world that is obsessed with knowing and finding out, and just thinking that we have the ability to know everything, and that it's just not true. And even when we take a pregnancy test, we are susceptible to false positives, false negatives, and I think that just sitting back and being like, okay, maybe you consciously conceive, and so you're like, maybe I'm pregnant, maybe I'm not, and it's okay to not know, and I don't need to know, and it's okay to just sit with this discomfort of waiting and of not knowing. I think it's so rich in opportunity and growth, and there's just so much there in that time when perhaps it's very difficult and you want to know, but you wait and you trust and you call on all of your practices and your support people to just hold you in that space of whatever you're experiencing, whether it is discomfort of the unknown or not knowing, or whether it's just peace and whatever, of just the excitement of what could be, or all of it. So yeah, definitely number one is just really allowing myself to be in the mystery of the experience, because pregnancy is all about that, and birth, oh my gosh, it's just so, it's everything about it is a release of control and a surrender. And so for me, this like sets the tone for my experience and allows me a really good practice in that surrender. So that's my first one. Number two is, I really feel that it kind of forces me to get curious and to focus inward. I turn inward immediately, because when you don't just pee on a stick and it tells you like pregnant or not, you're constantly listening and looking for signs and signs or symptoms, or just anything that your body is trying to communicate with you. So like every day, every minute of the day, I'm like, do I feel cramps? Or how do I feel emotionally? Like, am I feeling like I'm gonna get a period? Or is my belly looking bigger if you're a little bit farther along? Or it just really puts me in this curious place, and it really tunes me into what's happening with my body, what's happening emotionally. How do I feel? Have I had any dreams? Like, is anything coming to me? Do I feel like there's a little spirit in my belly? So it really gets me curious. It turns me inwards, and I stay in that place, I think, a lot longer than I would if I were to just be like, oh, I'm pregnant, and that would just be taken as truth. And again, like, you can have a false positive. And so I think it's just wise to turn inwards and to listen that carefully regardless. But in this way, it just really allows me to do it that much more. And then I will also say that my partner, I think, is the same with that I think that benefit of it, because he is also checking in on me all the time, and in a way that I don't think would happen if I showed him a positive pregnancy test. He's every day saying like, how do you feel? Or around the time when I would get my period, like, did you get it yet? And all these things. So, and then if you do go to miss a period, that doesn't always mean that you're pregnant, because maybe you've missed periods before, or maybe you ovulated late, or there's just all these things, and you just never know. So yep, number two, that was just tuning inwards and getting curious is such a gift of not really knowing. So and then my third one is that I love to think of my ancestors and my great grandmas who didn't have a choice in peeing on a stick, or like all of the things that we have now. Like, you can get like the early ones too. I don't even know what they're called, but I know that those exist, like the early no ones. So I'd like to think of those women who didn't have a choice. They couldn't just go and get like blood drawn. I think that's what they do if you go to like the OB, or maybe they also make you pee on a stick. But I just love to step into their shoes and to like have the experience that they had as well, of just not knowing, of really having to tune in and to just allow time to pass. And for everything is revealed in time, and you know, they know that because they had to sit in this space that, you know, I'm choosing to sit in. And in that way, I feel very connected to them. I feel like I'm able to call on them when I'm in need throughout my pregnancy, if I'm struggling, or, you know, or if I'm just having such an amazing day in my pregnancy, to just like think about them, or to call on them, and to know that they know the feeling. And in a way, I feel that if I were to choose a medical route, that they wouldn't be able to necessarily like relate to me in a way that that the communication allows when we are having a more similar experience. So for me, it makes me feel closer to you know, the women that have come before me. And I believe that also in the birth, when, you know, because I've kind of like kept them along on my journey, and I feel that we are closer because of the experience, the closeness of experience that we've shared, that, you know, that they can sit with me in the birth as well, when I choose to birth in a way that is close to how they birthed, you know, just at home with with family, and, you know, maybe outside or something like that. So yeah, number 3, it allows me to stay close to my ancestors and to the old way of doing things. So those are just the 3 kind of main benefits or gifts that I feel that, you know, not taking a pregnancy test has to offer. There are probably so many more, and, you know, of course, these are my personal experiences of it. So yeah, maybe this will inspire you in your next pregnancy experience, or if nothing else, just give you a different way of looking at things. Thank you for watching. Blessings.